Welcome to Exaltia Spotlight, where we feature inspiring stories of transformation from learners around the world who are embracing the future of tech. Today, we are joined by someone who's making bold moves in cybersecurity space. So please help me in welcoming Mpilo, a learner from our cybersecurity program here at Exaltius Academy. Mpilo, great to have you with us and welcome to Exaltia Spotlight.
Thank you, Mema. It's such a pleasure to be here and to be also sharing my journey with you.
Awesome. So, Mpilo, let's begin with a bit of background, if that's okay. Can you tell us a bit about yourself, your career journey, any educational background, and what were you doing before you joined us at Exaltius?
As you have mentioned, ma'am, my name is Mpilo. Chukwu is my surname. I know it's a little bit hard to pronounce that one. So yeah, I'm here in South Africa. With my background as I have a little bit of technical experience in terms of I studied well. I was meant to be a programmer because with my education and I studied of programming C sharp, but now with work, I felt like that I'm a kind of person who likes to be hands on technically. But now, as time goes, we as human, we say we follow the money. Things are changing now, so
For sure.
I later on because I did not have let's just say that from school I just ended up getting a technical a work, so I pursued that and I forgot about the programming side now. So later on as things progress and you can see now the technology, everything is changing. We have IA, so things are made easy. So I felt like there'll be a lot of data bridging. As I'm saying, with my technical experience, I've seen like on the network side, there's been a lot of scamming and hacking. So that's when I decided, I know, let me just try and pursue uh, doing cybersecurity. But basically, with my background, I'm a technical person. I've worked in government in some other private sectors as a network technician, desktop technician. Yeah, basically that's it.
Awesome. Thank you. That's great. And then in terms of moving into cybersecurity, I know you spoke a bit about, obviously looking for, career growth in terms of, money and obviously what is in demand in the field. But was there something that particularly sparked your interest in cybersecurity where you decided, this was the path for you?
Definitely yes. Definitely yes. As I'm saying, like when I was working as I'm working as a technician, I see a lot of data breach. I see a lot of emails. I see, and there's a short. I believe that there's a shortage here in South Africa. We don't have any pen testers. So that's where I decided that I saw a gap basically that maybe if I pursue this later on, even now, it is in demand. It is in
For
demand.
sure.
So yeah. Basically, that's it. Because as you try and pursue something, you first have to see the gap first, because it would be useless to pursue something that won't pay at the end. So basically, I just
No,
saw a gap
100%.
in the market, and with South Africa being, there's so many things that I've seen which lack security. There's yeah, even in my department, where the department that I work for, government department, I just saw a gap that I've never, only now that they've included a data a cybersecurity personnel to actually do the cyber work.
Awesome, great. No, for sure. There's definitely a, gap and a high demand in, within the cybersecurity market. So that's great. And Bilo,
Yes, ma'am.
when you were looking at different academies and kind of deciding where to study, what made you or what drew you to choosing Exaltius Academy, for your upskilling journey?
Well, at first, a friend of mine posted a post about you guys. Um, well, now since there's so many things happening online, so I took it upon myself that I do a research just to find out more about you guys, and I saw that you guys have produced a brilliant product out of Celsius. So I wanted to be part of those people that way, and I can make a name of myself as a product of Celsius Academy. So yeah, I did my research and I saw that the courses as a person that I'm working are offered on weekends. So it will be good for me since I'm working during the week, and the time spent, like in terms of the hours that we interact with the lectures, it's it's flexible, and it's better that you can actually interact directly, whereas online you're just given assignments and what to do. But when you have, excuse me, questions to ask it takes time. You have to send an email. With Zelsius, so everything is flexible. You interact with the. It's like it's a live thing. It's like you face to face with the lecture, and as I've said, the hours are quite okay. And on weekends we all have our own things to do since we were busy during the week. So the time was perfect in the morning, South African time. So you fresh, you able to engage with the lecture. And yeah. And I felt, as I've said, I did my research. I saw that Celsius is produces the best. So I just wanted to be part of the best that was produced by the academy.
Great, that's
And
so
and
great
with
to
the
hear.
co- and with the cost and with the cost, I believe I believe that uh, i- 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 you guys were charging less for what you are giving. Because when I saw on the orientation, when we did the orientation, the if I may call it the syllabus or the course itself, I
Mm,
saw like it's really a a good cause with many
mm.
modules involved, but for such a low cost. So yeah.
Great, awesome. That's great to hear. And then, Mpilo, in terms of your learning experience, I know you spoke a bit about the live classes, which was the, a plus for you as well as the flexibility. But the actual course itself, did you find it very engaging, or what aspects did you find most engaging about the program?
As I'm saying, for me, I'm a person who wanna be hands on. So I actually
Mm-hmm.
enjoy the technical parts when we're doing the penetration coding in Python, doing the Wireshark programs, and we learned. I learned a lot of things. I learned, but as I'm saying, I'm a technical person. So it was time to be hands on, doing the coding online, checking other sites, checking how other hackers hack, and it was quite interesting. There's a lot that I've learned because
Was it
when the tutors were telling us, they said you must be use the mind of a hacker. So it has to be, it was nice. It was nice.
Awesome, cool. And was there any tools or platforms that you used during the program that was maybe your favorite, or really stood out to you? Any of the particular tools that you learned during the course?
True. Yeah. The way, man. As I'm saying, when we're doing the penetrate the pen testing and everything, yeah, we were using the VMs to actually emulate other machines. Also, where
Mm-hmm.
I used Wireshark. Yeah, I learned how to keep track of like the traffic and be able to identify something if something is wrong on the network. Um, what else? We also did Python, so we also learned in terms of how to code itself. So as I'm saying, there's quite a lot that I actually learned and things that I was introduced to. So yeah, it was quite a exciting a course to participate in.
And the live sessions that took place, how did your or what was your experience with them? I know you said they were quite interactive, which helped. If you, if you did miss any of the sessions, what was your whole kind of experience with the live sessions as well as the learning platform?
Ma'am, can you just I lost you there for a bit.
Apologies, apologies. What was your experience like with the live sessions, as well as with the learning platform, Android that we use? Was it a positive experience? Did it, was catching up with any missed sessions easy? How did you find all of that?
As I was saying, it was quite a good experience. It was kind of as 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 I was saying, like, cause I met, I'm even friends with other people from other countries now through the Celsius program now, and with the way we were engaging, it was quite good. It was quite good, and it made our life easy as a person who, when you're working during the week, and comes the weekend, maybe you have to attend different ceremonies. You don't have the actual time to dedicate yourself to the session, to the study session. So what happened was Zelsius provides videos of what happened over the weekend. So it makes it easy for us that maybe when you get time during the week, you can actually catch up. That was quite a good experience. It made it, and since it's there on the site, you can actually watch it as many times as you want, and you'll be able to adapt. In the same time, it's also uh, it was nice that as if you missed the classes, I'm saying you could watch the video at the same time. If you don't understand something that happened, you also have a group there. You can actually communicate direct with the tutor himself. So it was quite a good experience. It made our studying or my studying easy.
Right. I'm so glad to hear that, below. And when you moved on to the last section of the course, you worked, more on your capstone and your hands-on projects. Was there a particular project that really stood out to you or maybe challenged you, even if you can just think of one, that really challenged and, you really had to, utilize what you had learned?
It was the first project, but machine two on the first project, because now, yeah, with that one, I've been following what Mr. Mohammed was teaching us, but I had a bit of a problem with that one because I didn't know how to inject any scripts on the second machine, so I had a bit of a difficult. But nevertheless, with what I was told, I was able to crack the first one. So yeah, but it was quite a good experience.
And can you see the skills that you've learned, during those projects? Can you see them translating into real world skills that you'll be using and you can or maybe have already used?
Definitely, definitely, ma'am. Definitely, ma'am. As I'm saying, I was taught, I learned something new, and as a human being, since it was a short course, but then again, I believe that with searching and going extra mile, I'll also be able to be the best. from what I've learned. But I did get a lot of learned a lot from the course itself.
Awesome. And Mpilo, are you feeling confident? Do you feel like the program, boosted your confidence and capabilities, after completing the course?
Definitely, definitely. Man, I've even started following people who do cyber security. Check the sites that offer cyber security. I'm even more interested now. You know,
Oh,
yeah,
great. That's so great to hear. And I can see that, you're excited about it and, it's your passion. So that's great to hear. And looking ahead, what's next in your journey? Is there anything else that you kind of planning on pursuing? Any other certifications or particular roles you're looking at?
definitely, definitely. I was actually speaking to one of my they call counselors there in Celsius, maybe to get an understanding, maybe what could I engage after this? Maybe do network security or cloud? What exactly they were going to get back to me, maybe in terms of like advising what could be the next option that could be in line though with the cybersecurity. But I'm definitely looking forward to taking another course with you guys. Yeah, it's been a great experience.
Oh, great to hear. And Pilo, finally, what advice would you give someone, considering taking the first step into cybersecurity, but they still have doubts? What kind of
Well,
advice would you give them?
well, it's a great cause, man. It's a great cause. I wouldn't say they be making wrong choices. They'll be taking the best choice. Because now looking at our in future, even now, everything is done. There's AI. So definitely everything is done online now. So definitely there'll be a lot of loopholes. So yeah, if they take the course, there'll be a lot of work for cybersecurity.
Awesome. And Pilo, thank you so much. And Pilo, thanks so much for sharing your journey with us. It's been a pleasure having you, and we're proud to have been part of your journey of transformation. To our viewers, if Mpilo's story inspired you and you're ready to explore your potential in cybersecurity, don't wait. Book your free consultation with Exaltius Academy today.